First They Killed My Father, A Daughter of Cambodia Remembers is one of the most significant films depicting the Khmer Rouge massacres in Cambodia and the details of the civil war through the story of a girl who lost her mother and father in the war. The film is based on the book of the same name by political activist Loung Ung, which recounts her life during the Cambodian Civil War. Directed by Angelina Jolie and starring Srimoksariam, Komphik Phung and Sochitas Phang, the film was produced in 2017 and has a runtime of 136 minutes. The languages spoken in the film include Khmer, English, and French. The story begins with the news of the American forces withdrawing from Cambodia. Cambodia, a small country with 7 million inhabitants, had remained neutral until the Geneva Accord in 1954. American policy insisted on the complete neutrality of the Cambodian people, and the warring armies on the Vietnamese side of the river seemed indifferent to the borders. Under the pretext of war, they came to Cambodia, and most of the victims were innocent Cambodians. With difficulties erupting periodically to reach a final solution, President Nixon's speech marked the beginning. The United States decided to abandon Cambodia, and the Khmer Rouge, also known as the Khongsar, entered the country, ordering the inhabitants to leave their homes and march toward the countryside. Thousands of families did as the armed group instructed. A child narrates what she saw. Her father, a captain in the government, discarded his identity and took his family to walk with the other masses. They arrived at detention camps, where he claimed to be a dock worker. The armed group made them serve as forced labor, farming lands and building straw huts. They made everyone dye their clothes black to rid them of Western imperialist influence. The family continued to be indoctrinated with revolutionary communist principles until the father was discovered to have worked with the government and was taken away to be killed. The mother then instructed her children to scatter, posing as orphans seeking refuge. The children ended up in different detention camps, where they were subjected to forced labor. The youngest girl was trained to fight and plant landmines. She was eventually allowed to visit her sister, only to discover that her mother had been executed. The Vietnamese forces then invaded Cambodia, and the children reunited, managing to survive the firefights between the Khmer Rouge and Vietnamese forces. After an arduous journey, they reached a refugee camp run by the Red Cross. The film serves as a historical account of others' tragedies, with U.S. Air Force data revealing that over 2.6 million tons of explosives were dropped during the covert bombing of neutral Cambodia. Through starvation, executions, and forced labor, the Khmer Rouge systematically exterminated nearly a quarter of Cambodia's population.